Thanks so much, Superintendent Hewl, and it was wonderful to have the benefit of a tour prior to the remarks, to actually see what we're celebrating, past investments as well as continued investments, so we appreciate the opportunity to be here. Certainly appreciate also to be joined by our friends in the legislature, already highlighted by Representatives Gregor, Kilcoyne, Gentili, and I know Giselle from Senator Kennedy's office is also here, and so many other partners, too, from the school committee to MAVA, to the Mass Association of Community Colleges, and most certainly to the greatest team member that I get to work with, Secretary Tutwiler and his leadership team here today. Governor Healey and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll really have emphasized from the start the value of teamwork. It makes what we are celebrating here today a reality. It really helps me as a Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development propel more opportunities by fostering collaboration not only across state government but in partnership with so many workforce partners like here today. It also gives me the opportunity to work alongside Secretary Tutwiler as we are sharing a focus in making sure students are prepared for the future demands that we know industry is calling for, and also leveraging our academic institutions to prepare the workforce that we need today for some of the immediate needs, thanks in partnership to schools like here at Assabet opening their doors for learners across all ages. When we think about our workforce agenda, we have to put talent at the heart of this. It's certainly the students that are part of this school here. It's also the individuals that are part of our workforce, most certainly. But just think about the untapped talent, people that have not recognized their potential quite yet, have not had the opportunity to gain hands-on experience in a cosmetology facility or HVAC or carpentry, and to realize how they can use their hands to do some really, really cool and amazing things here in Massachusetts and with employers, large and small, across every single industry we have here in Massachusetts. But we know that in order for us to think about how we can drive our economic competitiveness, we really have to make sure that we keep talent, our people, at the heart of what we are trying to do as a Commonwealth. And we are really drilling in on making sure that we can drive this competitive spirit. And again, in order to do that, we have to think about how we can not only attract and retain talent here in Massachusetts, but lift up the talent that is rising up in our schools, people that are already living in our communities, and connect them to the skills training, and the career pathways that we know need to be filled by so many employers right here in this region and across the state. So we're focused on a strategy to do just that. It's making sure that we're leveraging these kinds of collaborations. And one way that I have the privilege of doing so each and every day is through the work of the Workforce Skills Cabinet. Coming in as a new administration over a year ago, we were very intentional with wanting to continue the work of the Workforce Skills Cabinet. I have the opportunity to chair this, working alongside Secretary Tutwiler, Secretary Howe of Economic Development, and we added Secretary Walsh of Health and Human Services, recognizing the people that HHS serves, as well as the urgency in filling hiring needs both in healthcare and human services. But that kind of partnership is how we're able to think of tools in our toolbox to unlock the types of opportunities that we will celebrate today. Here at Assabet, we know that we've been able to team up in the past through the Career Technical Initiative, making sure that we are thinking about the occupations you're helping to train for and how we can make sure they're not only supporting the students in the first shift of the school day, but the second shift and our adult learners as well. That's just one example, and we're going to hear from Secretary Tutwiler in just a minute on some more tools that are helping to enhance exactly how we can leverage public investments, public facilities to provide opportunities both in these school halls, but also in our business community as well. And so I'm going to pass the baton to Secretary Tutwiler in just a minute. I just used a track pun, but I know I'd be remiss if I didn't use a basketball analogy. Certainly, Governor Healey and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll are not shy about using basketball puns, and since we're in the playoffs with the finals, I might as well pass the ball to Secretary Tutwiler. Here's your assist. We know that we are teaming up together to help provide some really amazing career pathways. We can't do it without schools like Assabet, but I certainly cannot do it without a team member like Secretary Tutwiler. So, Secretary Tutwiler.
All right, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Secretary Jones, for the kind words. It is an honor and a privilege to work alongside you, and I think both you and our other Skills Cabinet partners, Secretary Howe, Secretary Walsh, would all agree that this is really one of the highlights of our work. What we're here to celebrate today in partnership with really the entire ecosystem pushing this work forward. We've got teachers in the room, we've got industry partners in the room, we've got our friends from DESE in the room, we've got the legislators in the room. This is just really, really wonderful. I'm really was really looking forward to today and very excited about it. I want to start quickly by extending thanks first to Superintendent Houle and the Assabet community. This is not my first time in this school, and I continue to be deeply impressed by the work that they're doing here and inspired by it as well. We had an opportunity, where did they go, to meet a couple of students. Oh, here she is right here. Okay. You're blending right in. And as well as the teachers. And again, just really, really impressed by the work that you're leading. So thank you for the work that you're doing. And then thank you for hosting us today. I mentioned the term ecosystem, and it's true. This is not a one secretariat or one person initiative. There are many hands that are moving this forward, including our partners in the legislature. So I want to extend my thanks to you, the representatives who are in the room this afternoon. And also extend my deep thanks to our partners at DESE, Commissioner Johnson, Associate Commissioner Liz Bennett, and Deputy Commissioner Regina Robinson is here as well. And I know on my team, Bob LePage and James Poplaski. Again, I don't know if people have seen your face, but they definitely know your name. That's the guy right there behind the scenes getting it done. Many thanks to the entire ecosystem that's moving this forward. So I am here and have the privilege of doing this, very excited, to announce that the Healey-Driscoll administration is awarding nearly $15 million in Skills Capital grants across 65 high schools, colleges, and educational institutions across the Commonwealth. As we all know, very excited. Skills Capital grants provide students with modern and immersive spaces, the tools needed to prepare them for the workforce and successful careers. These are spaces, resources, and experiences that they deserve, mirroring for them what they'll see in their future careers. I am so grateful for schools like Assabet that are using these grants to reimagine learning experiences with updated technology and equipment. This is the kind of access that is critical for training for high-demand skills. For example, we saw this in pure form in the HVAC shop, as well as Cosmo and the IT shops right here at Assabet. Other recipients have also used this funding to purchase new equipment to provide specialized training for careers in offshore wind, green technologies, and other energy efficiency projects. We know that climate change is here, and it's impacting all of our communities. We're going to need tens of thousands of skilled, well-trained professionals to address this head-on. This grant program is just one of many that we're working on to adapt education and training programs to meet this moment, now and in the future, helping to build an equitable, clean energy workforce. Every student deserves an opportunity to have relevant career work, to get excited about a pathway or an industry that interests them. We've heard loud and clear from students that they want to connect the dots between what they're learning during the school day and a potential career that they're interested in. And with the work that is supported by the Skills Capital grants, we're responding to that call. All of this represents exactly the kind of shifts that we want to see happen in all high schools across the state as we look to transform education and reimagine high school. When we work together, students, schools, future workers, employers, that entire ecosystem that I was talking about, the Massachusetts economy benefits as a whole. And if you need proof, look no further than Assabet and its work in supporting skilled talent pipeline for vocational and technical employment. I started with thanks this afternoon, and I'm going to conclude with thanks as well. And this I want to extend directly to the teachers in the room who work so closely and brilliantly with the high school students. The Skills Capital grants provide support for the equipment and the spaces, but you facilitate the learning and development. Thank you for preparing the next generation of skilled learners and who are going to have incredibly fulfilling careers. With that, I'd like to turn it over to my friend and colleague, Commissioner Russell Johnson.